That sucks. Okay, well, whatever. Hi, everybody. This is Michelle Gray, and I am doing a live session today. I'm actually not talking about automatic writing, although I will be doing a book on that. I will be doing an automatic writing this week on another person. I'll be bringing that up later. But today I'm talking about my book, which is called As Above, So Below, Manifest Your Dreams. And this is actually a journal book. It's got actually 3 books in it. I made it into a series because I really like to talk about the law of attraction. I always tell people all the time, thoughts are things, how important it is to understand that whatever thought you're having, it doesn't mean that you're always going to be positive, but the kinder you are to yourself, or you're not saying, you're stupid all the time and things like that, you're going to attract more positive things to you. Being around positive people helps, or whatever. That's the reason I believe that being in fitness is such a big deal, because I feel that people are more energetic. They have a lot of energy going into the gym or whatever. To me, that means a lot to me, because when I'm energetic about doing a fitness class, I'm enthusiastic about teaching a class. I attract a lot of people into my classes. So that's the reason that I like doing what I do. I also work with a lot of individuals for my psychic readings or my mediumship. And, people are in places where they feel stuck, or they don't understand how they can move forward, or they don't understand why things aren't changing for them. So my job as a coach is to basically not be like, you can do it, but let's, kind of understand where you're at, or what it is that you are kind of afraid to change. So in this book, I have the 3 books that are inside, which are Happy Manifesting, Manifest Your Dreams, is really about, we manifest every moment of the day, to be honest with you, but if we want something that we feel is outside of our normal things. So for example, if you're driving a crappy car, I don't know, I'm not making fun of any cars, but I'm just using, let's say, a 1997 Toyota, Corolla, and you're really hoping to drive a RAV4 2025, but you feel like you can't afford it, or it's outside of it, and you keep saying, I can't afford it, I can't get this, or I can't whatever. Well, you're just putting more information out there to basically say it's outside of the ability for you to get it. And that's not true. We hustle to make money, obviously, all the time. And yet, maybe we want something that feels way sky high for us. Or we look at people who have a lot of money with envy. And actually, we're all very prosperous people, where there's always enough. There's always going to be more than enough. There's always the ability to have more than enough. And the more that you put that out there, the more that it shows up. Plus, if you're kind to money, it's going to be kind back to you. All right. Instead of saying, I can't afford this or whatever, because when you say I can't, you're telling your brain you can't. When you say there's a way to get to that, or there's a way for me to figure it out, and you're less of a victim and more of a proactive person, it's going to come to you. I promise it will. All right. My second book in here is called Healing the Inner Heart. And the reason that I put that book out there was there's a lot of people who still feel triggered, or let's say traumatized by childhood events. Not making fun of anybody who has gone through something very, very traumatic or something really scary, but it's really about understanding that, and I'll tell people this all the time, we're just grown up children. Whatever happened when we were a kid, we're still experiencing those things. We're just now grown up doing it. And so our reactions, or if we're very reactive in an emotional way to something that happened to us, again, not really, really traumatic situations, but just regular, you know, my brother made fun of me, or, they made me cry, and I still have those bad, sad feelings, or whatever you want to call it. Well, you're still reacting to something. Meditation is great. I believe in meditation, and people tell me I can't meditate, or it's too hard for me to meditate. Well, that's actually not really true. If you stare off into space, you're meditating. You really are. It may not be for a long period of time, but you're kind of outside your thoughts. And that's what you're looking to achieve in meditation, is just to let all stressful things go. So you can go on YouTube, which is where we're on right now, and there are thousands of different guided meditations that are out there. And for brand new people to meditation, or trying to learn to meditate, so to speak, just maybe listening to that and just closing your eyes and breathing and saying, just inhale as you breathe and exhale as you breathe out. And then learning to do that on a daily basis is going to help you to start to get a little bit better at that. Everything's a practice. It really is. It's like yoga. They call yoga a practice because you're constantly changing that. So all the times that I'm doing something, I'm trying to add like some type of value to people. So my third book in here is called Me and My Shadow, or Shadow Manifesting. And shadow manifesting and shadow work is very, very big words right now, or a lot of people are um, talking about shadow manifesting because shadow work is just as important. Telling somebody to be positive all the time just makes me want to fucking smack them. It's like, don't tell me to be positive if I'm not in a really happy, unhappy place. Okay. And I do feel that when we can start to journal, which is part of the reason I did this book, is journaling thoughts or journaling ideas into putting it out on paper, can help you kind of figure out maybe why you do the same thing all the time, or where you're at, or whatever. Um, I do love this book because I had wanted to put it together. I have 3 books out there that are ebooks, which are all those books, but they're journal books. And so for some people, getting the ebook may not make sense, but I have 1,000 notebooks in my house and I script all the time. I'm constantly writing something in them, and they're really important to me to have an idea that I can put out on paper, or I'm going to script something, let's just say, that I feel like is going to come to pass, or I know that I feel like is going to come to pass. So, yes, it's important to always write down thoughts. Now, positive thoughts are excellent. Being around positive people all the time is excellent. Like me teaching my fitness classes, it's very energetic when I teach a fitness class because I love to do it. I attract a lot of people into my classes, and I feel very connected to all those people. It's important to me to give a class that's helping a lot of people. So again, that's going to be a really positive experience. If you're the type of person that like goes into a bar that's dark and kind of sits in the same spot or sits in the same seat, that becomes a regular thing that you're doing. Okay, that's your world. You feel safer in there or whatever. I'm not making fun of you. It's just going to be a different energy. Okay. If you're trying to change your life, let's just say, and you come up to me and to do a psychic reading, you're like, I always feel stuck. Well, you're not stuck. You choose to stay in the same spot. You choose it. If you're in a marriage that's not working for you, or you feel very unhappy, I'm not going to tell you get divorced, but have you explored maybe getting counseling? If the other person does not want to go get counseling, maybe you just get counseling for yourself. That's important, okay? It's not about the other person. It's always going to be about what you're feeling, okay? You're not feeling validated. You're not feeling safe. You're not feeling like you can move forward, or you're not feeling like you're being supported moving forward in something. That's also very important. So I love the idea of journaling. I mean, when I say underneath, like underneath my desk, there has to be at least 15 or 20, spiral notebooks. I'm constantly buying them because I do automatic writing all the time. And I feel that when I do my automatic writing, it helps me. I work with some ladies every other Wednesday night. We've been doing it for years, that we're all psychic or we all do intuitive work. And so we will write for each other because it helps to keep that, whatever little muscle growing when I'm doing my readings or working with people. Mediumship is very strong energy for me. So I'm getting, messages for whoever I'm working with. And I'm not going to just say that that person loves you or, whatever. Yes, it's nice to hear that, but you want to know something that's going to make it a much more validating reading. Okay. Thank you very much for coming on. I have put the link for my book below. I hope that you are looking maybe to understand what manifesting is. If you've never done it, I'm sure you have, or you don't understand enough about it, but you are manifesting every moment of the day. If you're like, God, I really wish I could get, I really wish I saw a red car. A red car is going to drive right by you, okay, or something like that. That's manifesting. I really wish, I got a letter from my mom, or I really wish that I got that raise, from my boss. That's manifesting. Okay, that's putting it out there. So, anyway, I will be going back to doing my automatic writing, and thank you very much for coming on. You will always see me in different outfits, so whoever asked me if I'm in a wrestling singlet, that's really cute. I'm sure that really makes a lot of sense. So thank you for being a troll. Anyway, have a great day. Take care.